またいいのぶなだ。
Lord Phaethon, this time let me.
Vivien? Vivien?
I didn't disturb your sleep, did I? When I got here, the other Lord Phaethon said you were resting on the couch and just let me in. I meant to keep you company while you slept. Ugh. I was going to sit here looking super cute, hands cupping my face. You know, like the #1 sleepy face I want to wake up to pose.
What sleepy face? What pose?
No, Lord Phaethon. I was just worried that I had disturbed your rest. Just being able to see you sleeping peacefully is already the highlight of my day. No, my entire month. Though it is a bit late. Good morning, Lord Phaethon.
You're here super early today, Vivien.
Mockingbird's death has stirred up quite the storm. It seems someone deliberately leaked the story that Hugo is an illegitimate child of the Ravenlock family.
Could it be Hugo's uncle, Hartman? Maybe he's trying to turn people against Hugo and Mockingbird by playing the illegitimate child card.
I suspected that too. He could be using Hugo's background to make people believe, to the upper class, Mockingbird may be insignificant. But after some digging, I was surprised to find that the public isn't. Some people feel bad for him. Public outcry against Hartman is growing, with many believing TOPS is hosting an industry summit this week. A responsibility usually handled by the Raven, if I'm not mistaken. TOPS is intentionally keeping its distance from the...
Sounds like Hartman's in a pretty bad spot right now. But we know he's not the type to go down easily.
And that's what worries me. Hartman, in all likelihood, must have taken the sacrifice core. And now that he has this bargaining chip, who knows what kind of deal he'll strike with the Exaltists.
Sorry for interrupting, Vivien, but I...
Oh, no problem at all. I'm sure you have important faith in matters to discuss. Take your time.
We can't make our guest wait outside.
Oh, don't mind me, Lord Phaethon. I wanted to browse the videotapes anyway. I'll be right here.
Belle, Lycon's outside the video store. He's stressing over what he did to Hugo in front of Vivien, but he really needs to talk to us.
I'll go talk to Lycon. Honestly, neither he nor Vivien is at fault. As...
Good morning, Master.
Good morning, Lycon. Wise mentioned you wanted to talk to us and Vivien about something?
Yes, it's an urgent request from the mayor. However, before we get into the details, as a former member of Mockingbird, Hugo made many mistakes and betrayed the principles of Mockingbird, but I'm certain he didn't intend to put Miss Vivien or you in danger. I don't know Miss Vivien very well, and I was the one who took her companion's life. I might not be the right person to comfort her, but I hope she doesn't regret the choices she made or lose faith in the path she chose.
Vivian's doing just fine. She's actually been gathering intel and has a clear understanding of where things are headed. If you're really concerned, why not just talk to her directly? If you'd like to apologize, it should—
That's reassuring to hear. I trust your judgment. Would you mind coming in with me? I'd like—
No problem, but I'll be staying neutral. As a proxy, I'm just here to make sure you have an open conversation.
I respect that. Miss Vivien, I'm very sorry about Hugo.
You don't have to explain anything. Mockingbird stands on more than just gain. Hugo had his fixations and ambitions. I'm determined to get to the bottom of the Exaltists and—
Miss Vivien, as a former member of Mockingbird, you have my word, whatever comes next. I would never harm you or Master Proxy. As for Hugo, please—
Condolences. That's not necessary.
Huh? That's it?
Master Proxy, I believe we all share the same goal. The mayor has tasked me with inviting you to take on this mission.
If the mayor wants to work with us, Mockingbird will not serve as a pawn for the powerful.
Of course. While the mayor cannot handle this personally, he will make sure we have all— Miss Vivien, I know you have your own intelligence network, but for some high-profile shady dealings, perhaps the mayor can provide— Please, take your time to discuss. If you're open to collaborating,
I need to discuss this with Wise and Vivien. With so many people involved in the—
Of course, I completely understand. I'll connect the call to the mayor now.
My dear friends, I'm glad you're willing to keep working with me. I'm truly sorry about what happened to Mr. Hugo Vlad. I didn't anticipate things would turn out this way. As mayor, I can't fully condone Mockingbird's actions, but personally, I had a lot of respect for Mr. Hugo Vlad. I looked further into Bringer's map. The sacrifices were created by an exaltist named Landon, who was active in Janus Quarter. Mr. Landon passed away in an accident a few years ago. Before he died, he was researching sacrifices and was said to have created a batch of serum that could turn living people into sacrifices. The problem was, the serum wasn't stable, and no one knows what happened to the exaltist in Janus, but it's clear that after the leader died, the Bringer's map marks the locations where the exaltist's most successful attempts at creating sacrifices were.
Since this person has already passed away, then could it be that this is just Hartman acting on—
Unfortunately, that's not the case. My sources confirmed that Hartman had been secretly in contact with someone, and that—
Is it possible it's someone from TOPS?
TOPS is a huge alliance of corporations. They wouldn't bother getting their hands dirty. Instead, everything Hartman is doing is to secure his place in TOPS. And my guess is correct. Hartman has gotten in touch with the remaining members of the exaltists that used—
But what's in it for TOPS? There's no way the exaltists would just hand over their secrets about sacrifices to Hartman, right?
A sacrifice outbreak would throw the city into chaos. And that's when TOPS steps in. The public will see the mayor as incompetent, while TOPS comes off as the real protectors of this. And when that happens, public trust will shift towards tops.
Still sharp as ever, Miss Vivian.
So, what exactly do we stand to gain from partnering with you? Please don't tell me you're doing this out of some noble concern for your citizens. I'm not some hero of justice.
We have a common enemy. While our ideologies may differ, we can work together on them. And as proof of good faith, I may not know exactly where Hартман is, but I can fan the flames over Mockingbird's death. And
So it was you behind the rumors. No wonder I couldn't trace the source of the public outcry.
I'm not the one who started the rumors. I pulled a few strings to make sure the story painted Mr. Hugo Vlad as a heroic figure who is, as I said before, I had a lot of respect for him, and I'd be happy to clear his name. Now let me lay out my terms for collaboration. After looking into it, I found that the dormant sacrifice you discovered wasn't the only one. Too many eyes are on me right now, so I can't send my own men to deal with it. I'd like to ask you to retrieve the sacrifices from... I'll make sure to dispose of them once you do, so no one will be able to use them again. On top of that, I've asked a friend to help monitor your physical condition, and maybe even uncover more of your potential. You don't need to worry about her capabilities. She's a Void Hunter rank special investigator.
Really? A Void Hunter ranked special investigator is going to be assisting us?
That's right. She's heading to Janna's quarter for some business. I wanted to set up a formal meeting, but she prefers to assess things on her own, and will reach out when the time is. So it looks like you both are on board with this commission, and...
We don't want Nью-Эриду falling into chaos either.
I know you won't let me down. Given our positions, we might not be friends. I'll leave the rest to you then.
Good day, Lord Phaethon.
This is the path I follow.
Asset confirmed. Eradicate all evil.
Lord Phaethon, thank you for trusting Mockingbird and me. Together, Lord Phaethon? Worms belong in dirt. Someone already taken the dormant sacrifice from me? Or did the Exaltus decide to relocate it? No. If these dormant sacrifices aren't handled carefully... did she
Did Hартmан just make up this intel to get a shot working with us at Tops? I've been walking around forever and haven't found a thing.
The Ravenlocks have always been a shady bunch. No surprise they've gone downhill over the years.
I heard they were pretty loaded back in the day.
No clue. On the surface, their businesses seemed legit, but who knows what was happening behind the curtain.
Probably something with the sacrifices. I mean, how else would he know about them? And he was so sure that even if those original sacrifices didn't work out...
Backup plan?
Well, that's beyond me. I just happened to overhear something while I was next to Mr. Edmund one day. What's Tops planning to do with all these sacrifices, huh? For research? Do you think we'll ever have a normal life in the Hollows?
Don't ask questions you shouldn't be asking.
All right. There's nothing here anyway. And we'll make it just in time to clock out.
Let's get out of here first.
Hартmан, that fool. He'll do anything to get into Tops. She's an Exaltist. Human lives have never mattered to her. The more people get dragged in...
Vivian, I've been dying to know.
The she I'm referring to is with the Exaltists. That's why the moment I heard about the sacrifices, I never meant to hide anything from you. For me, the Exaltists bring back pain. So, Lord Phaethon, please give me a little more time.
Sure, I won't pry anymore. Everyone's got a past. I can see the Vivian I know now is super brave and kind.
Lord Phaethon, if we weren't in such a hurry, I'd spend 3 whole hours singing your praises. I'll make note of this and make sure to get it done before bedtime. First things first, let's track down those dormant sacrifices. I wish we knew what Hartman's backup plan is. I just can't shake the feeling that something bad is about to happen. Hugo may have done terrible things, but he had his reasons. Oh my. Mockingbird might be seen as the bad guys by a lot of people, but... ironically, joining Mockingbird is what put me on the right path. For the first time, I'm needed for more than just my curse. Stay away from me. Nothing here either. Are we too late? There's someone...
I knew it was you, Vivian.
Camille! What are you doing here, sis?
Vivian, don't call me sis.
Are you trying to stop the Exaltists?
I never left the Exaltists.
You know what Landon did back then!
Lord Landon did it for the Creator. His methods may have been extreme. Back then, you walked away. We didn't meet today. Take your friends and leave.
What's wrong? Are you being forced into this?
Help me? Vivian, you're crying. You see me, don't you?
No,
You haven't changed a bit, Vivian. No need to hide your tears. You've made your choice. One last piece of advice. Stay out of this. I won't tell her we met today.
Camille! Lord Phaethon, watch out! Look around. The wind. I'll tell you what that was about later. Let's take care of the ethereals first. What's up? The cold is silent. Go away.
You two took longer than I expected.
We searched the coordinates the mayor provided. Camille, the Exaltists have been...
The Exaltists?
Vivian is telling the truth.
And one of them, I thought she would leave the Exaltists after Landon's death.
Do you have a history with the Exaltists, Vivian?
When I was a child, back then, Landon was one of the most respected figures. A lot happened. I can't turn a blind eye to the sacrifices. I know all too well how many lives have ever since I learned a sacrifice had appeared, and I won't let history repeat itself. That's what—
Vivian.
Please stop. I'm not looking for comfort. I'm just recounting the story for you to— We've got bigger things to focus on. But when I do need comforting, I hope you'll make time for me, Lord Phaethon. Just so you know, I'm—
No worries. I'll totally have your back until you're feeling better.
Okay. That conversation between those two TOPS employees back in the hall, they said Hартman had a backup plan. And that got me thinking about some news that was— Lately, there have been mining accidents in Ravenlock-controlled areas. The families were paid off with huge settlements, way more than usual. But considering the Ravenlock's financial position—
That sounds sketchy. Are you saying they made up the accidents and the workers' deaths?
Precisely. I don't think those workers died in mining accidents. I'm planning to reach out to some old friends. Do you have time, Lord Phaethon? My contacts are just near 6th Street.
I'm in. Let's go together.